Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, good, thank you.
What did you do?
Oh, I arrived at home 30 minutes ago and just had dinner.
Welcome. So today we're going to do another video on after school.
Okay.
We did time, money, ego. No, wait. Because we were going to do money, also budgeting.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, let me see. Because I don't know if there's one. Yeah, we can try. It'll be good for you. Maybe let's see the Dave Ramsey. This one's good with money, but okay. So there's my church. Okay, let me go to his channel. There'll be something on budgeting here. This one I usually like.
Okay.
So, oh wait, popular. Okay. We can look at these situations. This is like an American thing, but maybe like I'm 59 years old with nothing saved. So let's say you have nothing saved and you're that old. Like, so the advice he gives is like emergency help. And this is kind of useful. You're not 59, but still that could be a good one. This one. This one's a good one. How do I stop living paycheck to paycheck? Let's do this one. And he's very direct. So he's going to say, you're lying. You're lying. Yeah, that's what I like about it.
Okay.
Do you have debt? You have no debt, yeah?
No.
You have no debt. Okay.
No.
Good. So like same situation. No debt, but you have payments.
Yeah.
Me, no. So no debt, but you have to make payments. Rent, car. Yeah.
Yeah. Insurance.
Insurance. Yeah.
I already started the video because.
Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Crystal's in Anchorage. Hey, Crystal, how are you?
Hi, good. Thanks so much for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Currently, my husband and I have no debt except for a little bit of a car payment and our mortgage. We've got a steady income, but we kind of struggle just getting by check to check and wondering what is the best way to kind of get out of that rut.
What's your income?
About $72,000 a year.
Okay. How much your house payment?
$1,700.
How much your car payment?
Okay, I'm gonna write this down so you can see because he's very direct. I'm like him. So he's like, how much a year? 72,000 salary. What is rent? Rent is 1,700. This is dollars. Yeah. Rent.
Yeah, 1,700.
Let's go again.
In a year.
How much your house payment?
$1,700.
How much your car payment?
I do about $300 a month on it.
You would do. What's your car payment? You have a payment amount.
Yeah, I do about $300 a month on it. I go a little bit extra.
Okay, but I mean, your car payment is actually, if you don't do, what's the actual
About
payment?
$210.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. All right, good.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so that's okay because the extra is a choice.
Mhm.
You know, and that's not a bad choice because we're going to get your car paid off. That's
Right.
There we go. The extra is a choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
So rent, car, the rest, what you eat, you know, restaurants, what you buy for food, how often you travel, it's a choice. So let's see what he says. Yeah.
going to be something we're going to.
210.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. All right, good.
Sorry about that.
Okay, so
Because she was saying 300 for car.
Yeah.
She says about maybe about 300. He's like, what is it actually? He says 210. Okay. So you're paying $90 extra because you want to finish paying. Good. That's a choice. But what is the car? I just want to know. Car 210. Okay. Next.
that's okay because the extra is a choice.
Mhm.
You know, and that's not a bad choice because we're going to get your car paid off. That's
Right.
going to be something we're going to do here in a minute. But we're going to put a lot more than 300 on it. But anyway, all right. So you're not giving me any numbers here that are causing my brain to explode like you've got major problems, which means that you're probably like most people, including me, when I first started this, in that by not having really good organization with my money and every detail laid out, the chaos eats these dollars for breakfast. And so a written budget, a detailed budget will make you feel like you've gotten a raise because I'll give you an example. If you, how often you guys get paid? Twice a month?
Yeah,
Okay. So a take home pay check is how much?
$3,000.
Okay. So we got $6,000 minus house payment minus car payment is that's $2,000.
Yeah.
So he says here, you and most people, I think so, most people, bad organization, right?
Yeah.
Because two
Bad
paychecks, you
org-
make 6,000. After you subtract the 2,000, the 3,000, you still have a lot of money.
Yeah.
So $4,000 left.
So where's the $4,000? Yeah, subtract 2,000. Where is the 4,000? Big question mark. Yeah.
Mhm.
That feels kind of weird, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Like right this second, you're asking yourself, I know I got water and I know I got to buy
Electricity
some, and I
and-
know I've got electricity and I know I've got food, and I know I got some insurance I got to buy here and there. But you're starting to ask yourself, where the flip's this money going? And that's kind of what I'm asking.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to get on a game plan, and when you get on a budget, you are going to feel like you got a raise.
And Crystal, I'm going to tell you, as I started off on Dave's plan some almost 16 years ago, that is exactly what was the thing that was the awakening for me. I was doing too much stupid in grocery stores and in restaurants. And so getting down to the root of it, you taking a look, get some bank statements out, go back and look at the last 3 months and find out that category where you're bleeding money. And it could be online shopping. It could be grocery stores. It could be eating out. Whatever it is, you're going to do an analysis. You're going to see it.
But you cannot manage money with a rear view mirror.
Right.
You can't wait till it's over and then go, wow, that
That's
didn't
right.
work.
No.
You have to tell it what to do
Yep.
before it leaves, on paper, on purpose, before the month begins, every single month, and in agreement with your spouse so they don't do something else.
That's exactly right. And I was just going to say, with that, when you find that trouble spot, go to the cash envelopes on it. I'm telling you, having the budget like Dave's talking about beforehand and then having the cash, I'm telling you, it's going to give you more control. And like Dave said, it's going to feel like you gave yourself a raise because guess what? You did.
Yeah, jump on every dollar and start using it's free to use. just everydollar.com, download the app and start using that budgeting app with you and your husband. And you got to start working on that tonight. You're going to feel like you got a raise. There's a reason you're losing, you know, there's just no intentionality behind the dollars, and no one does. By the way, you're not like horrible.
Oh, I got
Just
a great question.
nobody does this.
All right, you have sat down with people for many, many years. What is the area of the budget that people are absolutely lying about?
Oh, I like that. I want the answer because I know many people too. I think it's food. Things that people lie about. Things that people don't know. I think it's food.
Oh,
I hope it's not shopping, but I think it's food. Should we see? I think it's food.
What is it, the one where you go, this isn't real?
Eating out.
Eating out. Yeah,
Eating out.
I would agree. I'd say eating out of the grocery store, because with the stores we have now,
They
Dave,
think they spend less at the grocery store.
We think we spend less, but we actually spend a lot. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
They know they spend a lot at restaurants, but when they find out what they really spend, they go, "Oh my God!"
Yep.
You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
like I remember I was sitting in a financial peace group, leading small group one time years and years ago, and you know, we're kind of going around talking about the lesson that night, and we're like, okay, why have you not been able to fund retirement? Where it was an investment lesson. One of the questions we're just talking about, you know, why didn't you feel like you've been able to do retirement? And there's an old country boy sitting in the thing, and he goes, "Yeah, we looked at it, spending $1,200 a month in restaurants. I know where our retirement's been going. We've been eating it." About died laughing, but it's
he's telling the
exactly the
truth.
truth. I've been eating it.
Been
That's
eating
it. That I'm telling you, that's what a lot of people do with it.
I have to finish writing this paper.
Yeah, so eating.
oh yeah.
Eating. Okay, let's see.
Ah,
They eat their future.
yeah. And that's scary. And you know what? That's something we can control, because what couldn't we
Let me
do?
just tell you, I love restaurants.
Yeah.
A lot of I've got good friends. You and I have good friends, personal friends that we
Yes.
share. They're world-class chefs
Yes,
that own
they are.
restaurants. We go to their place.
Yep.
I love that kind of stuff. I'm not against restaurants, but from a budgeting standpoint, when you're calling me and saying I'm broke, I have no money, I will tell you that 90% of what you spend in the restaurant, the money is spent on entertainment. 10% is your actual food cost.
Yeah.
So go home and make some
Stuff.
white beans and cornbread.
Well,
I
and
mean,
I'm going to tell you this, even throughout all this situation with the pandemic, of people being at home more, you know, utilizing that
they found out
stove,
what they were spending.
they really did, because people were like,
Well,
we've got a
wow,
lot
where
more
have I got
money.
all this money? Where'd this money come from?
That's right.
And it's all it was. You're not going out all the time.
All the time. So
And-
be
and-
intentional, be smart, and again, starting to set some things, cut it back a little bit.
So, Crystal, you're not different in that regard. I don't know if it's food that you're spending it on, but you will discover it when you
Mhm.
go back and look at the statements like Chris suggested, and when you start writing it down and try to make it behave. Hint for everyone is starting their new budget this month. Whatever you think you're spending at the grocery store, you're wrong.
Mhm.
It's more than
Yeah.
that.
Well, I agree.
And so if you think you're spending $500, you better put $750 in there,
Mhm.
because you're going to find that it's more. You've been lying to yourself so long that, you know, I really do that. I've had these people tell me these ridiculous numbers. We make it on $50 a month. No, you don't. You can't even. No, it's
There's
just
no
absolutely
way.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, you know, but because here's the thing, that is a category that if you underfund it, you will go back and either break your budget, or you'll have to go back and correct your budget in the middle of the month as you're learning how to budget your first couple of months.
Mhm.
If you'll go ahead and overfund it, you don't feel like you failed. You can always cut your food budget back in future months.
It's a good call.
For the first 2 to 3 months you're doing your budget, when you've never done one in years, overfund your grocery store budget, because everyone spends more than they think they do.
So
And
true.
you people that are super nerds and you do the coupons and you've got all these apps on your phone and all this stuff, you still spend more than you think you have, because there's something about denial at the grocery store that we're in denial about what we spent.
No, that's a good.
I agree.
Yeah.
So here's the thing with the food, because it's not just people who are fat; it's even people who are thin. It's the kinds of foods. So what I recommend doing, and this helps me save money, and the money I then spend on travel, but you can spend on education for your kids and so forth. This is what I recommend. Go to the store and buy in bulk. buy like you have Costco. Oh, I don't know. Does Canada have Costco?
Yeah.
Maybe no. You do?
Yeah.
Have you been to Costco? Wait, but maybe you don't need to go to Costco. Not yet, because your kids are not with you. But when they are, you probably will, because it's cheaper. But what you can do is buy things like large amounts. So buy like definitely one of the first ones I would do, oats.
But, yeah.
Easy, bulk, and it's boring, but it's energy. And what else is another one I do? Things like rice or pasta, or if you want to get really healthy, like this dark, like I would say, like I'm gonna make it more specific. Let's say you can still be healthy. Brown rice, whole wheat pasta, dark anything, right? But things that don't expire right away, because bread expires. So rice and pasta, you can do that, and that'll be your routine meals.
Yeah.
And next things, let's see. Just that you have the basics for your meals every day now. Now it's the stuff around it, like vegetables and whatever. So I managed to get really, 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 really low, lower than local people in China when I lived in China, because I did what older people had done. Like I spoke with old elderly people and how they spent money. And it was healthy. And I got vegetables, but it's not eating at restaurants. And I do sometimes because I have money, but if I didn't have, I would be doing this. And I still do oats because I know it's better. Anyway.
Yeah, sometimes it's good, but often.
Well, oats every day is good. It gives you energy. You can change the brand and stuff. I just do with water. It's actually very boring. What I do for breakfast is not exciting. It's literally oats, hot water. That's it. Banana. I mean, and that stuff is simple. Gives me energy, a little sugar. I want to add a little bit of yogurt. Eggs. That's another one. Number 3, eggs. And boil them. So because you're really busy with your job, boil like 12 of them.
Yeah.
24. Well, and then you eat 2 a day. And by the time that's good if you have 2 a day. That's your protein. I'm gonna do eggs today. Yeah. It really is that. I love this guy because he's direct. He
Yeah.
says, bullshit, everybody. And it's okay to treat yourself every once in a while. And I now things to stay away from that cost money. And I don't mean cost money first time, cost money on your health long term. Stay away from or less. Yeah. Sugar. So just be all the sweet foods that are delicious, because the cost of, and I have this problem, but I try to do less. Also inflammation, causes inflammation. So sweet foods, less meat. It's okay to have meat. I love meat.
Yeah.
Less of it. Less salt. I travel with Americans, and it's amazing how food comes to the table and they put more salt on it. You're looking at kidney problems, alcohol. To stay away from alcohol.
Yes.
You do not need alcohol and smokes. And so that's where people put their money. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a problem because in Canada, everything with sugar. It's hard to find
it is,
something without sugar.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Do you yeah. What do you think you will do? Where's a place you can cut money? Where do you think? Besides food.
Well, first of all, it's a food, of course, because yeah, I also noticed for a long time ago that we spent much more than we planned on buying food.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah. For example, I go to shop just for buy a bread, and when I come out from shop, I have 2 bags, and I can't imagine why
Yeah.
I am bought all these things.
Mm. Mhm.
You know, you go around the shelves and see something and think, by the way, why I don't buy it? Let's maybe in advance
Mm.
buy something.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. It is. It's hard. There's so many choices. You know, and with all the choices, it can be hard to know. I wonder if there's another one because I sent you this one. I'm wondering if there's another one. Oh, I sent you already.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's.
Good approach. It's write a list. It's
Let's see, popular.
what I know. What do I need?
This one maybe. 3 basic money skills you need to know. Let's do this one.
コムカムさんレベ
はあ中途200人この間20人って言ったよねああ間違ってたっすパースじゃねえよ
In Japan.
This question's from Ricky in Washington. He said, David, just gone through my second beater car. Tired of being on a first name basis with the AAA tow truck driver. I'm out of debt. I have my emergency fund saved, and I have the money to get a little nicer car. Having a hard time parting with it because I worked so hard to save it. Can you talk a bit about the struggle people have with spending money, even when they have it to spend? Yeah, it's so hard to finally get some in savings. It's hard to release it, especially if you're wired as a saver. Now, I'm wired as a spender.
Oh, okay.
My wife is wired as a saver. Usually we fall in one of 2 categories. I think you're wired as a saver. She gets great comfort from having that pile of money more than she would get great comfort from having a reliable car. Me, I'd rather have a reliable car.
So yeah, some people rather have the money saved. They feel good. Some people rather have the car. I like to have the money saved because it gives me confidence.
Pass the emergency fund. You're at the, this is an emotional thing at this point. It's not a financial thing. I have the money, but I have trouble releasing it. And so what that says is you're just getting some, it's a normal thing and it's not a bad thing, but it just says I get security from that extra money beyond my emergency fund. And I'll tell you this, I think it's something we all have to work at one of our money skills. There's really 3 basic money skills that you have. Spending properly, reasonably. Learning to enjoy money falls under spending. Learning to enjoy life with your money, which is kind of what your question's about. The second one's saving. You got to learn to save money for emergencies, for college, for retirement, to change your family tree, to build wealth. You got to learn to invest. You got to learn to ride the investment waves like we've had in the stock market in the last couple of weeks, right? And giving. The power of generosity to completely change you when you learn to give as the natural rhythm of your life. It changes everything. So
I think the last one is giving. It's not just strangers, but also your family. So not spending for you, but giving to your kids for education. And
Yeah.
I think that's what giving is. Yeah.
Giving, saving, and spending. Everyone has at least one of those that they struggle with. Mine is saving. I'm a spender. No trouble for me to enjoy money. It's also no trouble for me to give money. A lot of spenders, it's easy for them to be generous because the release of money doesn't bother us as much as it does a saver. But I'm weak at saving, and that's why God makes me teach this every day. I'm no longer weak at saving, but it wasn't my natural default. I had to intellectually decide to have an act of my will to save and invest. And really what drove me to do that as a spender giver is that I would have more to spend and give if I built more wealth. I can spend more and give more. And that's my only reason for saving. It's not because I just love saving money. I still don't to this day. It's not. So you're on the other side of this, Ricky, is what we're saying. You know, you don't enjoy spending. We don't know about giving. You didn't address that in your thing. Sometimes I can get spenders or savers like this to turn loose of their money first by increasing their giving. And then that kind of gives them permission to also enjoy the money themselves. But it would be a shame to save and work and not enjoy some of your money. And one of the things you should enjoy is a reliable vehicle. And you don't have a reliable vehicle. You've been doing beaters. And so, you need to go buy the car. You already knew that. You weren't asking about that, but you already knew that. But maybe also take a little bit of that.
Yeah, so I'm a little more like the guy messaging. I have, but I don't want to spend it. I feel a little strange, like uncomfortable. Like right now, I want to go on this travel, but and I have the money, but I kind of want more savings. So because the economy, and it's like actually I'm okay. I can go, but maybe I'm thinking about it. You know. But basically, I'll send you this. I think the main thing from today is organizing things. So number one, like organizing things in detail, like the budget. And then, okay, I used to do this when I was in China. I used to get paid once a month.
Yeah.
And when I had the money, so I knew, let's say, oh, okay, the woman before, so she makes, let's say she makes 6,000, needs 2,000 for rent and what was it, car? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would guess, okay, let's say because I have 4,000, but I don't know where it is. It keeps disappearing, right? So I'm gonna say with electricity and everything and food, probably let's say 1,000 is enough. I'm just gonna take a random guess. So how much is left? 2,000, right? Oh no, 3,000. And you know what I used to do in China? I used to go to the bank with the banker
Yeah.
and say, I want to send this 3,000 home. And the banker would say, John, that's a lot of money. And I was like, yeah. She's like, do you have enough to live in China? Like, because I would send most of it. And I would do that. And then I have to wait 1 month. So I look at what I have and I say, okay, how can I survive off this? And sometimes I would go extreme. So with this, I would say, I would increase it 3,200, 3,300. And I would do that until
depends of the country where you live in.
And well, it depends where you're living. So what I would do is look at your rent, what is necessary, your rent, your okay, because the rent is the big one, and then your car insurance, yeah, like that. And then what you can do with because you can't send it out of the country, you can put it into somewhere you can't touch it, like or kind of try to like hide it from yourself. I don't know. It's good practice.
Yeah.
And we can talk more about it next time. I hope it was useful. I sent you 2 videos. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Let me send you this one. I didn't send you this one. Sorry. This one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Okay. See you tomorrow, I think.
Yeah. Thank you.
Same time.
See you
Okay.
tomorrow.
We'll talk more about it. Yeah.
Bye.